For those who follow the different studies that we do in America about who are the leaders in the Jewish community now, you will find that there is a pattern. They either went to in the youth years, to programs in Israel. They either attended the Jewish day school, our Hebrew school, and a lot of them attending Jewish camps. So those are the leaders in our days. And I have no doubt that these will be the leaders in the future. So in this Shabbat, where we agree on calling the Shabbat of coming back home, we invited 9 of our own future leaders to tell us what did they experience during summer, either in Israel or in their camp. So they are Brianna Kabak and Adam Stein, and Hailey Koch, and Dyan Burkwitz, and Cooper Esty, and Tara Koch, and Khloe Burkowitz, and Samantha Esteti, and Brooke Koch. Welcome to your Beth Torah. They are coming, they are walking. Here they are. Yes.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Adam Stein. I'm here to share with you the wonderful experiences I had this summer at a Jewish camp called Camp Yofi. But first, I'd like to take a moment to thank the Gladys Langwald Youth Scholarship for supporting my experience. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be a camper at Camp Yofi in Ramat Darom in Clayton, Georgia. I had the time of my life there. My chaver, Orel, was from Israel, and so were many of the other counselors. Some were there for their second time and came back this year because they wanted to remember the good there is in the world. We sang, danced, and cooked together. We enjoyed a campfire. We did drum circles and sang Jewish songs with a singer named Miss Tracy. I also went to the pool a bunch of times and played a lot of sports. We hiked to 2 waterfalls, and I conquered my fear of heights and swung from the swing on the climbing tower. It was really high up. We had breakfast by the lake on Friday, and we made havitush, or Popeye eggs, which are eggs cooked in the center of a piece of bread that has a hole in it. It was so good. I have a lot of friends from camp. A few of the kids had their B'nai Mitzvot at Camp Yofi. It was special to celebrate with them. I am so thankful to have been a part of Camp Yofi and to Beth Torah for supporting my experience. I cannot wait for next summer.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Cooper Esty. I just came back from Camp Judea, my second home in the North Carolina mountains. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to thank you in person for your support. The reason why I love CJ so much is because it teaches me all about my culture and Judaism. Every morning at camp, we wake up and go straight to flagpole to sing the Hatikva as a whole group to start off our day. We have daily prayers, eat kosher food, and have Shabbat in the Hadar. On Saturday nights, we have an awesome Havdalah service to end Shabbat with a party called Rikud. This is my absolute favorite time at camp. We all jump around and sing and dance in crazy colors, and I always use my voice. My other favorite time in camp is called Bikurim, which is color war. We compete against each other in crazy games, but I still have not won in 4 years. CJ is very important to me because I go to a public school, so every summer for 1 month, I get to live in Israel. My grandparents are Israeli, so I feel at home in CJ, learning more Hebrew words from my counselors every year. I met my best friends from camp, and I love them all. My bar mitzvah is coming up on December 7th, and I decided to make my bar mitzvah project related to Camp Judea. I'm raising money for other kids who can't afford to go to Camp Judea. I believe that all kids should have fun and the opportunity I had. We are planning a walkathon to raise money on November 17 around the Aventura Circle, and would love for you all to join us. Thank you for your time, and I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Gladys Langwald Youth Scholarship that helped send me, my sister, and I to Camp Judea this summer. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. I can't hear you. Shabbat Shalom. Hi, my name is Khloe Burkowitz, and I am 12 years old. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my summer at Camp Judea, located in North Carolina. I had a blast. This was my 3rd year and by far my favorite. I got to spend 3.5 weeks with all of my favorite people. Some of my favorite activities were going to the lake, playing goggle ball, and playing tennis. After experiencing sleepaway camp, I feel so much closer to Judaism as we were able to pray every day. I enjoyed being able to go to services and singing along to all the songs and coming home with all these different tunes. Shabbat is so much fun. We get dressed up and have challah and grape juice. Thank you to the Gladys Langwald Youth Foundation so much. Thank you for giving me an experience I will never forget. I can't wait to go back to camp next year. Thank you for listening.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Tara Koch. I am here today to talk about my camp experience, which was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. This year, I went to Camp Judea in North Carolina, and it was my first year. I had so much fun. We did many activities such as bowling, swimming in the lake, ropes, cooking, volleyball, and of course learning about our Jewish culture. Every week, our entire Edah would meet in a place called the ICC. We would learn about Zionists, what it means to be a Zionist, and supporting Israel. We had tefillah services every morning. We enjoyed Shabbat services even when they ran long. On Saturday nights, the entire camp had a dance party. At camp, we prayed before every meal, which taught us to be grateful for what we have. Being at Camp Judea this summer made me realize how great it is to be Jewish. Also, fun fact, my cabin name was Tel Aviv. Even though this is about Judaism, I would also like to talk about some of the fun stuff I did. We went bowling at Tar Heel Lanes and went to a ropes course as well. I met so many great friends that will last a lifetime, but it also ruined many of my clothes. So clothes weren't meant to last a lifetime. Overall, I had an amazing summer in Hendersonville, North Carolina. It was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to going again next year. I want to thank the Gladys Langwald Foundation, my amazing rabbi and cantor, and my Beth Chor family for helping me go to sleepaway camp. The experience was amazing, and I am truly appreciative. Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Dyan Burkwitz, and I am 10 years old, and I am in 4th grade. I spent part of my summer in Hendersonville, North Carolina at Camp Judea. I had a great time at camp. I got to participate in a bunch of fun activities, such as swimming, sports, woodshop, and rock climbing, which is my favorite. I learned a lot about Israel and feel more connected to our holy land. I also really enjoyed celebrating Shabbat with my friends. Thank you to the Gladys Langwald Youth Foundation for your generous scholarship to attend camp. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Brianna Kabak, for those who don't know me. I would like to thank Beth Torah Committee and the Gladys Langwald Youth Scholarship for the opportunity to go to Camp Judea this summer. I had an amazing experience. Besides the 3-week sleepover with my best friend Haley, I was able to meet other kids from South Florida and other states. I really enjoyed Shabbat and cooking Israeli foods. I also enjoyed making ceramics. My best memory is the first day when we had a shaving cream fight. It was so much fun. I'm so excited to go back next summer. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Haley Koch. I went to Camp Judea last summer and had so much fun. You get to do so many fun activities like ceramics, woodshop, and archery. We went swimming at least 3 times per week. We did lots of group activities every day. I even got 2 new big sisters. In addition, there were services every morning. On Saturday nights, we celebrated the Hadalah and had Rikut, a giant Israeli dance party for the entire camp. There was a little time to spend in the cabin each day because we were out and about having lots of Jewish dancing and singing. Lots of fun, and I didn't even miss my phone that much. We finished the summer with Bikurim, which was the camp colorway. Go Red Go! It was so great to spend the summer with other Jewish kids from around the country. I made many friends. I wanted to thank the foundation and Beth Torah for the scholarship I received to attend Camp Judea. I highly recommend going. I can't wait to go back next summer. Shabbat Shalom.
Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom. My name is Samantha Esteti, and I just got home from my 4th summer at Camp Judea. Camp is such an important part of my life, and I wouldn't trade the experiences and memories I have for anything. Camp Judea is my second home, which is why I am so grateful to have been able to receive this scholarship from Beth Torah. I have been with Beth Torah since early childhood, started going to camp, and ended at Posnack High School with Beth Torah again. My Judaism is so important to me, which is why I believe without camp I wouldn't be the person I am today. Specifically this year, my favorite by far, I have made the best memories, the bestest friends, and have had the most fantastic experiences. I lived in the woods for 8 days through a program called Halutzim, and I can't even begin to explain how amazing it was. I made connections with people I never thought I'd get close with. I learned so many new things, I connected with myself, and I feel more in touch with my Jewish identity. My group decided to follow the camp way and say the Hamotzi prayer before every meal and the prayer for the state of Israel every night. My favorite memory, that really showed me the true meaning of being Jewish, was after spending 24 hours alone, my entire group decided to get in a circle and do Havdalah the CJ way. There we were, 12 Jewish teenagers, standing in a circle, singing Havdalah in the middle of the woods, and hearing the sizzle of a makeshift candle. We knew that back at camp, everyone was doing the same thing as us, and that feeling has stuck with me ever since that day. I want to say how appreciative I am for the opportunity to be a part of an amazing camp family, and a thank you to the Gladys Langwald Youth Scholarship that helped send my brother and I to camp this year. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Boker Tov Beth Torah. This past summer, I attended the Alexander Muss High School in Israel program for 5 weeks. In a group with other teenagers, I explored Israel and learned about its deep culture from all angles. It was one of the most incredible and rewarding trips I've ever taken, and I will always treasure the experiences, friends, insights, and values I gained from the HSI trip. I have always known I would attend HSI as I grew up hearing stories about it, but I would like to give the Alexander Foss HIS program, the foundation, and the Rabbi and Cantor a special thank you for supporting me and helping me get to Israel. Almost a year ago, Hamas struck Israel with the worst massacre of the Jewish people since the Holocaust with the October 7th attacks. Because of this, we didn't know whether the trip would even happen or if there would be enough students signed up for it. Fortunately, we could go, and looking back, this is a trip I will never forget and will be talking about forever and ever, or at least until my sisters tell me to shut up. This was my first time in Israel, and I was utterly amazed by everything, from the gorgeous views in Jerusalem to the best shawarma I've ever had to a very long camel ride in the desert. However, one of my favorite experiences was the hike up Masada. After a brutal 3 a.m. wake-up call, some chocolate sandwiches, and dried pasta that our madrachim thought was funny, we hiked Masada in less than an hour, not by choice, to watch the sunrise. If you had asked me in the moment, I would have told you it was awful, I wanted to go home and just let me sleep, as I'm nowhere near a morning person, but the strenuous hike was completely worth it once we reached the top and saw the sunrise and the spectacular view. After a quick 100 photos of the sunrise, our teachers gathered us to sing some prayers and reflect on our journey up the mountain and what we felt afterwards. Then they split us into a group to explore the mountain and what it once was. After a 10-minute nap, a few games of telephone, more 10-minute naps, this time in King Herod's old bathroom, and some handstand push-ups, we learned the story of Masada and why it's so important. In the last century of the BCE era, King Herod originally built Masada as a castle fortress and refuge for himself. However, after Herod's death, it became a refuge for the Jews, specifically the Zealots, after the revolt against the Romans, where Jerusalem had fallen and the Second Temple was destroyed on the 9th of Av. They avoided the Romans for 3 years, but finally, in 73 CE, after being surrounded in by Romans, the Jews decided that rather than allowing the Romans to gain the satisfaction from taking away their freedom, they would take their own lives, taking control and showing determination to be free in the Holy Land. Today it is said that this story influenced the uprising in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1943 at the height of the Holocaust, and it also relates to Israel's right of self-defense now. As in both times, the Jewish people have shown resilience against oppressive powers and the necessity to protect the freedom of our land as well as ourselves. This experience and the rest of my trip profoundly empowered me. It deepened my connection to my heritage, strengthened my understanding of Israel's importance, and instilled in me a greater appreciation for the resilience and determination of the Jewish people throughout all time. The lessons I learned at Masada, coupled up with the unforgettable experiences throughout my time in Israel, have left a lasting impact on me. They have reinforced my pride in my Jewish identity and commitment to supporting and defending our land. Am Yisrael Chai, thank you, Shabbat Shalom.
The protests in the campuses and everything, all the garbage we are going through the last months, will never define who we are. This is who we are. Because the reason, Rabbi Farber, Cantor, Jill, we wanted you to see and hear this is to remember why we do what we do. Because there were hundreds of them, not so beautiful, not so smart, no, but hundreds of them in different camps the entire summer. Singing a tikva, saying a motzi, caring for each other, understanding that being Jewish makes sense. And you all were very generous, thanking the foundation, etc. Always remember, the big effort came for your family. Correct? So I'm sure you are saying thank you to your family, because that's the truth. You were kind to remember Beit Torah. Your family is investing in you the best values. Now, there is a challenge, because you came so inspired, full with light and full with strength and full. How do we keep some of this glory and that beauty when you come back to a city, when you come back to a place full with walls and beautiful sanctuary, still a sanctuary? It's not your camp. So that's our challenge. Maybe you can teach us, and we will ask you, what can we do here? So you have a little bit of Ramah, a little bit of Judea, a little bit of Israel, next week and the following week and the following week and the following week. So you can not only transform yourself, but help us transform ourselves, those campers that we went there 40 years ago, 50 years ago, but now you are me 40 years ago. So may God bless all of our campers. Give them another round of applause.